Welcome back, everyone! This is Geronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 26, and we have been ender quarrying. The ender quarry is now out of power. I cut the power off from the side over here because it was, like I said, it was draining my power too much. And if I'm going to do any kind of auto processing, I need to have at least a little bit of power set up here. So, saving up some power is definitely a good thing. All right, so real quick, one thing I wanted to tell you guys about. You might notice that the Wayla stuff on my screen, what am I looking at, is no longer covering up half the screen when I look at stuff. You notice now when I'm looking at this that it takes up so much of the screen. I switched the configuration on that to make it so that you don't have to see that every time you look at it because it covers up too much of the screen sometimes. Okay, in order to do that, the default key is 0 on your number pad on the right hand. Well, if your keyboard's set up like mine anyway, on the right hand side, and you bring up Wayla, and you have the sneak toggle blocks. It's set to no normally. Switch it to yes, and as you can see, if you have no, when you look at things, it automatically pulls up the information. But when you change it to yes, you can then not see anything. When you hit shift, it shows you all of the possible information. It's actually even more than you would before. But when you're not wanting to see, like, oh look, it's a better barrel, and that's fine, but you don't need to see all this other extra stuff that covers too much of the screen. So, very effective way to do that. Anyway, now that we've done that, you might have noticed by now that I've destroyed my flooring. I actually tore up a good bit of the floor in preparation for this episode. Now that we have all of this stuff here, I don't want to manually empty this, so I need to automatically empty this, okay? So we're going to be running some item conduits around pretty much my entire base, setting up to auto sort these things, okay? So basically what we're going to do, like I said, I cut this away because this is the way I decided I was going to run things. And we're going to run item conduit down through this entire section right here, okay? And of course I'm going to make a mess because I'm me, it's what I do. Alright, so let's see, that's set to extract, but it's not set to extract yet. I need my Yeta wrench, not the... Yeah, here, Yeta wrench. Alright, it's set to extract, but it is active with signal, which means it's not doing anything right now. So that's a good thing, because we don't want anything going anywhere yet. Okay, so we're going to have the items come down out of there, and then they're going to come over here. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place item conduits that run up into the right here, right here, right? Whatever. Ah, there we go. Okay, yeah, that. Anyway, whatever. So anyway, getting lost. Don't worry, it happens to me a lot. Alright, so then we're going to run that through the wall right there. And then over here, we're going to have... Stop that. Let's see. I believe what we're going to have it do, the outputs from there are going to come over here, and then they can actually hook in right here as well. And then this is going to be changed to an input. And then we're going to need a filter there to filter what's allowed to get input into the sag mill. We're going to be making a lot of filters in this episode. It's going to take quite a bit of time to do so, so I will show you the filters and then I will cut to make the filters off camera because it's going to take a long time to do so. Alright, now once we get over here, we're going to add a upspout right here that's going to go into the gold chest. That's also going to require a filter, okay? Then we're going to run things right along here. Hopefully without making too much of a mess. Nope, not too much. Alright, and we're going to run them off the side over here. And now comes the fun part. I need to do this without letting my villagers out. Actually, let's see if I can do this quick enough. Alright, cool. You guys can't get out, can you? I can't get in, so you can't get out. Good. Hey, how many emeralds have you guys gotten me? 19 emeralds. Nice. Gems. There we go, gems. 19 emeralds. I love that. Alright, so anyway, because of the fact that the items will automatically go into the closest available inventory, that's why I'm running these things in a bit of a roundabout way. Um, Basically, anything that comes out from there is going to wind up here in the sag mill first. The stuff that I want sag milled anyway. And then it's going to go down along over this way and then into the golden chest. And then after it goes to the golden chest, then we'll go down over here and we'll wind up running in through all of the other chests. Okay? So let's see, change that to an input. And again. And again. Actually, you know what? Whatever. We just need to... get stuck. There we go. So anyway, we're going to have this run over this way, and I'm actually going to go ahead and add some more stuff here. Yeah, we're going to add it all the way off to the end right here, and that should do as far as that's concerned. So now we have the general pathway that the items are going to take when they are automatically brought through. Okay, so now we're going to be making a bunch of filters. Specifically, let's see, this is... Actually, let's move a couple of things real quick. We're going to move this to here. I'm going to need another chest. Actually, I'm going to need another 2 chests. Let's see. You know what? As long as we're doing this, let's go ahead and do it right. Let's make... We're going to need iron, gold, diamonds, and glass. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make 2 iron chests. Since we're going to be having all sorts of excess stuff after this, at least I hope anyway, we're going to make 1... you know what? Let's make 2 golden chests. And then we're going to make 1 of the golden chests into a diamond chest. Alright, so now... Oh, whoops. Well, I did that wrong. I actually meant to... whatever. We'll have an extra chest now. So now, let's see. Let's grab a couple of signs real quick and mark these correctly. I don't have any signs, really. That's surprising. That away, and here we go. So this one is going to be bees. For the auto sorting of bees anyway, because the ender quarry, when it runs across hives underground, it will take them, and I want it to sort them and have this be for bees. This one is going to be machine stuff. Yes, I'm finally marking this thing. Machine parts, and then this will be the new miscellaneous chest. Actually, we're going to call it the miscellaneous catch-all. Alright, and now that we have those set up there, we need to make some filters, okay? We're going to be making probably 3 different types of filters, and it's going to take quite a bit to do. We're going to need a basic filter for here. Then we're going to need an advanced filter for here. And then a second advanced filter. And then a bunch of other special filters. Okay, so let's see. Let's look up filters real quick. Okay, there's basically 4 different types of filters when it comes to Ender IO sorting. Okay, the basic item filter, which is just a hopper and some paper. The advanced item filter, which is a Z-Logic controller, paper, and redstone, and the Z-Logic controller is in the slice and splice. We've made these before already, but it's just the solarium, silicon, redstone, and a zombie head, so that's not a big deal. We're going to need a bunch of those, because in order to make what I want to make, which is going to be the existing item filter, we're going to need advanced item filters first. And I'm going to need an existing item filter probably for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, we're going to need 9 of those. So yeah, we're going to be making a bunch of that stuff for the existing ones already. And of course the redstone comparator is just a piece of nether quartz, some redstone torches, and some normal smooth stone. And the other thing we're going to need is a mod item filter. The mod item filter is just Yeta wrench and paper, and the Yeta wrench, of course, is electrical, steel, and basic gears. So I'm going to take a minute right now, and I'm going to plan out exactly how many filters I'm going to need, and I'm going to go ahead and craft a bunch of these filters, and then we will install all of the filters, and I'll show you how things are going to be sorted and why. So we'll be back in just a second. And now we have some filters. Don't you love jump cuts? So we have a couple of filters that are going to be very specific. I'm going to go ahead and put these in place first. We are going to go ahead and get these out of the way. First off, we're going to switch this. Actually, we need to switch all of these over into insert. I should have done that just a second ago before I came back, but whatever. Oops, that one didn't need to. That one's good. 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 And good. Okay, so this particular set here, this one is going to be a Botania chest, right? So for it to be a Botania chest, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the items out of here, and we're going to enter this, and in the insert section, we're going to put a mod filter. Okay, when you put a mod filter in, it basically gives you 3 slots, and it lets you choose what items from what mod are supposed to go in here. So I'm going to use this to click here, and it makes it Botania. Okay, since this is just the Botania chest, that means only things that have to do with Botania will be allowed into this chest. Okay, so that being the case, we're going to go ahead and do this one for Pneumaticraft. And you can do up to 3 different mods. I don't particularly care to interchange mods at the moment, but when I find things that will be necessary, then I will do that, because there will be certain places where I want certain mods to be in the same chest. I can't think of any right offhand, but I'm sure they exist. It just has to somewhere, right? All right, now for this one, we're going to need a B, because we're going to want this to be a forestry chest. At least I think it should be forestry. Yeah, there we go. Forestry. Sure, let's use this one. And of course, it's just going to mark it for forestry. There are beehives out under the ground that basically they're rocky bees, and I want to give them a place that they can call home for when the ender quarry runs across them. I was kind of hoping we would have a couple in the chest over there that I could show you, but we didn't happen to run into any, so we'll get it next time. Alright, so now those 4 chests are set up to be perfect. They will take what I want them to take and nothing else. Now on this one, the machine parts chest, I doubt that this is really necessary, but I'm going to put one of these in here anyway, just because I don't want it to be accepting anything else. Okay, the way this one works is the existing item filter will only allow items in that already exist in the chest. Okay, and when you have this here, you want to click the snapshot button. The snapshot button is going to take a picture of what's in the chest already, and you can see what that is by clicking the show button here. Okay, so only things that already exist in this chest will be allowed back in this chest. Okay, and you can clear this out, and you can take another snapshot or however you want to work with that. In this case, I'm going to ignore metadata. I'm going to enable OR dictionary, and I'm going to ignore NBT data. That's really not necessary for this chest, but it will be necessary for some of the others. Now, the miscellaneous catch-all chest will not get any filter. Anything that doesn't fit in any of these other chests will go into the miscellaneous chest at the end, okay? So basically now we've got that one set up. We're going to do the same for all of these. This one is going to be the food chest, only if it already exists. Snapshot. Use the OR dictionary that way in case anything else, and ignore metadata. It shouldn't be anything. There shouldn't be any metadata involved in food, but just in case, I don't want to have to worry about it. So that should be good to go. Realistically, what I'm just doing is making sure that every single thing has the same setup. That way I don't have to, if I try to do one way and another way, then I will horribly mess up. So let's see, that was, ores and ingots. Show, good, back out. This one is the growing stuff. Put that there and snapshot it. Now this one might actually make a difference. We're going to ignore NBT specifically. We're going to use the OR dictionary because of the different types of plants that we can run into. Some of them are going to have similar ID numbers. See here, the willow sapling is 562:4. Okay, anything with an ID of 562, whether or not it has a 4 for the metadata or not, is, I want anything that matches that as a sapling to be in here, and therefore we're going to ignore the metadata. There shouldn't be any NBT. NBT is typically stuff like enchantments and stuff like that, but just on the off chance that something like that comes up, we're just going to go ahead and use that. Ignore metadata, use OR dictionary, and ignore NBT. Now, using the OR dictionary, basically it's going to say, basically when you're looking, that one's important for the ingots, okay? Because when you look at the ingots, I have copper is 4276 here, but I also have copper here, which is 4607 with a metadata of 64. I want any kind of copper to go in here, so the OR dictionary will say, oh look, this is copper, even though it doesn't match anything item number wise or metadata wise. If it's still copper, it's still going to wind up in here. So that's the way I want that to be. Okay, now where was I? Gems, dust, and dyes. Snapshot, that's good. Alright, this one is wood stuff. Existing, snapshot, OR dictionary, ignore. And this one is the mob drops. Snapshot, ignore, yes, ignore. And this is the last one, random blocks, and we should be good to go. Snapshot, ignore, use, ignore. Good. Alright, so now, in theory anyway, we can turn on the system and, oh, no, we can't. We used up those, but we didn't use the normal, but the advanced item filters. Okay, in this case, we're going to be using one of them right here. This one could technically be a normal item filter, but we're going to use an advanced one just in case I decide to go further than this later. Okay, for this one, we're going to make it so that this chest only accepts, in this, I was about to say, and really it does just then, it's going to accept cobblestone and gravel, okay? And I'll explain why about the gravel here in just a minute. Well, actually, no, I'll just explain it now while I'm doing this. The gravel is going to be accepted here specifically because eventually, if I run this system long enough, I will get too much gravel to fit in a barrel, and instead I can compress it because you can make compressed gravel. So why not? I'm going to go ahead and put that here so that we can do that way, and that's going to be pretty cool. That way I don't have to worry about it later. Now I'll have to add some programming to the compressing thing because right now it only does cobblestone. But we're going to be increasing it so that not only do we see right now our maximum is triple compressed cobblestone, we're going to be adding programming to it to allow for quadruple and so on. And we'll just go ahead and add the compressed gravel while we're doing that. All right, so now we have that set up. We should be able to actually close up the floor now, which I hope I can reach. Yeah, that should work. I'll have to put a facade there. It looks horrible with that one. All right, now the other thing we have to consider here is how we get stuff going into and out of our furnace. Okay, so I need to. Excuse me. That's a facade. There we go. All right, so, oh, wait, actually, we're going to need that anyway. So going in here, basically we're going to have, oh, no, that's not going to work. Well, actually, yes, it is. This will be fine. Let's get rid of, well, I didn't mean to get rid of both of those. That's okay. We'll fix that. We should be able to just put this back. All right, so we're going to configure this one right here going into the sag mill, and we're going to put an advanced item filter here. Okay, and we want to have this be only things that we want sag milled. In this case, we're going to go with lead, silver, gold, yellowite, ferrous, iron, copper, tin, shiny, and I think that's all we're going to do for now. It's going to be nighttime, and I don't want anything blowing up in the middle of this. Let me sleep through the night real quick. Basically, we're going to be able to specify 8 different things that we want to be sag milled, okay? Now, there's a couple of things that I'm going to purposely ignore because, first off, we're not going to need that much of it. And second off, I just won't have the space for it in this filter. Oh, well, I'm sorry, it's 10. I thought it was 8. Either way, so shiny is allowed in here, tin is allowed in here, silver is allowed in here, gold, yellowite, ferrous, iron, and copper. Why do I feel like I'm missing something important here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I missed lead. There we go, lead. Alright, so of those, what am I missing? I can put one more in. It looks like aluminum's a good choice. I'm not going to be processing uranium. Yellowite will work for what I'm going to be doing later. Uranium I want to keep separate because I'm going to be using it for nuclear power later, and if I process it now, it will turn it into yellorium, and I don't want that. So that will be fine. I don't really need much in the way of aluminum anyway. Let's just leave one empty. I'm thinking that there's one that I'm forgetting somehow, and I don't know what it is. All right, so now if we turn the system on, the problem we're going to run into immediately is that these ores, when they are pulled out, it will put one of the ores into the SAG mill, but then it won't have anywhere else to go. The SAG mill's inventory will be full, and so it'll go to the next available inventory. Well, the next available inventory, if nothing else, will be my miscellaneous junk chest, okay? Because it doesn't have a filter. And we don't want ores going over there, so we need to stop the ores from getting that far. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a intermediary chest right here, okay? This intermediary chest is going to have a filter built onto it, and what we're going to do is the filter on this end, hang on, there we go, is going to be a advanced filter. We're going to put it on the insert section, and we're going to set it to a blacklist. So the same ores that we were whitelisting for the other, we're going to blacklist for this chest. Okay, that way the ores that we are processing in the SAG mill will not be able to get past here. They will be stuck sitting in that diamond chest right there, waiting for the SAG mill to be available as an option for them to go into. All right, so that's going to work out rather nicely. All right, so now we can do this is always active. It will always be emptying this chest, and then we should be able to put all this stuff back in here. And now, in theory, we can flip this on. Well, let's see how this is going to work out. I'm actually kind of curious. Always active. Alrighty, stuff's disappearing. Why is it taking all the... Uh-oh, something's wrong. Something's wrong. On the insert... Oh, black... Why did it switch back to whitelist? That's what I want to know. Alright, well, let's see what happened. We should have some... Either that stuff processed really fast, or... Okay, something happened. What happened? Where did my stuff go? Oh, the equips chest. I didn't put a filter on the equips chest. Because brains. Okay, that's fine. These are the small things, right? We're going to change this to an empty whitelist. Actually, here, you can whitelist Yeta wrenches. Only Yeta wrenches can go into this chest. But, okay. Okay, so that should fix that. Let's go ahead and put these back in here, and we should see... Hopefully now my processing machine in here is active and is working on processing things. Tin, good. Now why isn't anything else in here? Oh, okay. No, it's pulling all cobble out right now. So because it's pulling all cobble out, it isn't able to get over there. All right, well, that's not going to work. Give me just a second. I'm going to make some speed upgrades. Well, actually, let me show you what they are real quick. Speed upgrades are going to make this pull stuff out faster. It's just some electrical steel, iron, pistons, and redstone torches. So let me throw some of these together real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, now we got that taken care of. We got a couple of the speed upgrades put in here. I did one thing that I need to make note of. I put 2 speed upgrades here, but I also had to put speed upgrades over here because the speed upgrades in one versus not having them in this one, it just clogs this chest really badly. Okay, so by making it move faster in one location and not the other, it just creates a holdup. So we don't want to have that. So anytime I add speed upgrades over here, and I probably will again, I'll have to add speed upgrades over here as well. I actually wanted to put about 7 or 8 in each, but I did not have enough electrical steel, and I also don't have enough iron to make more electrical steel. Well, I have enough iron to make more, but then I won't be able to do what I want to do now. So we let that sort through real quick. Now, before we end the episode, I want to get the Ender Quarry running again. To get the Ender Quarry running again, I'm going to have to hit some power again. So to get the power going, we're going to go ahead and, well, that's not how I intended it to actually look, but that's fine. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves some steam dynamos from thermal expansion. I looked at a bunch of the possibilities as to what we could do for the power supply, and I have a bunch of options that I could go with, but the steam dynamo, well, several of the dynamos, we're going to use steam in this case, but the dynamo seems to be a very good option as far as being able to upgrade it and get better power supply out of it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and make 2 or 3. Should I make 3? We'll make 2. I can always add a third later. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make 2 steam dynamos. This shouldn't be a problem. 1, 2 of those, and no. That. Thank you. Alright, so we have the 2 steam dynamos, and we're going to need some coal, because we're going to run these off of coal, because I've got plenty of coal. And, of course, the sun is setting. Beautiful. Alright, so anyway, we're going to go ahead and toss these in here, and that, and that, except that we don't want them facing that way, we want them facing this way. So they automatically face that way so they could face those energy conduits, and that's fine, but we want to make sure that this, good, those aren't attached back there, that's hooked in right there, and now they should be getting filled with water, and they are, and we should be able to go ahead and get these things running. Alright, so now if we look over here, it shows that we are outputting 80 RF per tick, okay, and that is now going into here, and that is actually getting used incredibly fast, but that's okay because we're actually getting stuff mined now. But I don't want this to just be 80 RF per tick. I'm using these because I can augment them. Okay, the augment slot is over here. I swear to God if a creeper explodes on me right now. I warned in the last episode that I was going to deal with in this episode, and I'm bypassing it, but I will not be caught unawares. Anyway, sorry. Different augments, okay? We're going to take the augments that are currently in here. The augments that are currently in here allow for redstone control, and I'm not really worried about redstone control. I'm going to control the fuel going into them, and that's going to control that. So let's see. This can go in machine parts. We want to make some augments, okay? And what this is going to do is going to allow us to customize the way that these dynamos are going to work. Okay, there's quite a few augments. I'm going to show you the ones that we're going to use. We're going to use the secondary gearbox upgrade. This is level 1. It gives you plus 10 based fuel energy. Basically, your fuel efficiency goes up, okay? So we're going to need some lead, some more silver and redstone. So lead, silver, and redstone. So let's see. We should have some lead. We didn't have a whole lot. Ironically enough, we didn't find very much. Lead and silver, but we should be good to go. Make that. Let's see, we're going to need 2 of these. Well, actually, I bet the other augments I'm going to have. Because we're going to put 2 fuel efficiency setups. Okay, so yeah, these each take that. So And we're also going to do power output upgrades as well. Okay, so we're going to need more and more of these, so that's fine. All right, so we're going to need 2 of these. And then the secondary, yes. 35% base fuel energy, yes. Fuel efficiency upgrade Mark II. That one's going to require some electrum, but we're still going to need these. So we're going to need a total of 6 more of these. So we'll take care of that real quick. And let's see. Here is the power output level 1. We should have what we need for that. 2 power output level 1s. And then in theory, the power output level 2 is going to take... Okay, silver and copper with glowstone, and the electrum for the other. So let's see, gems, dust, and dyes, glowstone, and we still have the redstone. We've got the copper. I wonder if I have any electrum. Did I make any electrum at some point? I don't see any. No, I sure don't see any electrum. Well, that's fine. We can make some real quick. Let's see. Half a stack of this, half a stack of this. And go. Electrum, of course, is gold and silver mixed together. Let's grab a couple of these real quick. And since we don't have any in here, we need to add it to the snapshot. Let's see. Put this here. Put the electrum in here. Then we need to update the snapshot, and I'm going to go kill a zombie. Snapshot that now, and now any electrum coming through should be added in here. Unless it processed all of that already. I don't know why there's iron over here. Where is my electrum going? Okay, it processed all of it. Where'd it go? Going to kill a zombie. Where did my electrum go? Why is there tin and copper in here? That makes no sense. And there's the electrum. Huh. And ferrous. Okay, so something's not happening right here. We're going to disable the ore dictionary. Just in case it has something to do with it. I'll have to do some research into that as to why things aren't going where they're supposed to. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and make 2 of these. And we should be able to go ahead and make the 2 of the level 2 outputs. Excellent. And nighttime again. And monsters. And it's raining. Oh man, we're just going to have to sleep through the night to get rid of all of this. Go away. Beating on my door. Alright. So anyway, so that should get the sorting system. I'm thinking using the ore dictionary is what's causing the problem there. I can't see it being any of the other stuff. So, well, something just processed. Alright, so good. Let's go ahead and die! Do you mind? Alright, creepers. Creepers? Creepers? No creepers. Good. Alright, so in the augment slot here, we're going to go ahead and put, whoops, 1 of each of these, and that should change this to 320 RF per tick output. Excellent. And by the way, when you're augmenting these, you can't just use a second level. You can't have the second level without the first level. So let's see, here is fuel efficiency level 2. Okay, in this case, if I take the power output level 1 out, it reduces it back to nothing, okay? You have to have the level 1 in order for the level 2 to work. So keep that in mind if you try to augment these. The previous is necessary for the higher one to function. So now we are actually still using the power faster than we're making it, but not by a lot. Oh wow, look at that go. Nice. Alright, so sweet. That it takes care of that. We now have power going there. Now, yeah, I think the fact that we're just going to let this run. The way the Ender Quarry works, if for some reason it can't function anymore, it still is going to take the power. So, like if I were to take this chest off of here, actually that's a perfect way to show you this. I'm going to take this chest off of here real quick. And you know what? Actually, first, let's... Here, sort this stuff for me, will you? Come on. Take it out. Close enough. All right, so as we can see here, it's keeping pretty much low. All right, so now I'm going to take up the chest. Without the chest here, it has nowhere to put anything. So if we look at this, it's staying at 7,737 blocks mined. But if we actually look, it is still using power. It's not using quite as much, but it is still taking away the power. So you definitely want to make sure that you never get it caught up because it will just waste the power. All right, so you don't want that. Trust me, it's not fun. So awesome. We now have auto mining, auto ore processing, and a power system that's pretty good. Pretty good. I might add a third dynamo here just because I tend to want things to move faster. All right, so let's see. Did we get anything? Did we get... Actually, let's take a look and see. Gems, Dust, and Dyes got the stuff before. Shiny Electrum, Lead. Why is this stuff winding up in here? Okay, let me look at the snapshot here, because before we close the episode, I need to make sure why this stuff's going in here. Alright, show me the snapshot. There are no ingots whatsoever in this snapshot. Okay, so that obviously is not the problem. So, ore dictionary disabled. You know what? I don't know why this would be doing that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, let me go put this stuff back through the sorting and see if it winds up there again. Okay. Did we actually wind up here this time? Yep, we did. But somehow we still have iron over here. Did iron not make it onto the snapshot of this? When I snapshot this, was iron not on the list? That would be hilarious if iron was not on the list when I snapshot this. Well, in any case, we'll put iron on there now. Go ahead and clear it, snapshot it back. Disable that, and yeah. That should work. Alright, so that should get everything functional. I'll tweak this thing a little bit here and there. If I run into anything major, I'll let you guys know. But otherwise, I believe this is all working as it should. Shouldn't be anything unexpected popping up anywhere unexpectedly. This all looks good. No more strange things here. Excellent. So yeah, we're good to go. Awesome. Alright, cool. So yep, that's it for this time. So this is Jarenitis signing off on episode 26 of my Let's Play series. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming.